team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawg, and we're back to it. You know how we do it. Part 4. Part Brett Favre of the Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, a courtship of rivals basketball documentary. Part 4, man. As I said, Brett Favre. Who else? Who else is number 4? I don't know. Write some number 4s in the comments, man. But yeah, we here. We here. Part 3 ended with the Celtics beating the Lakers in the 1984 finals, and this is gonna start with 85. They rematched it. You know, they played at 84 and they played right back in 85. So here we go, man. But before we get into it, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We are on the way to 10K. We on the way, man. So go ahead and like this video if you like this video. And go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know what other documentaries y'all want me to react to. Because I said it in my prior video that I want to start doing more documentaries like this. Like, this is super cool to go through a whole hour-and-a-half documentary, split it up into about 4 or 5 videos. This will probably be like 5 videos. So yeah, I want to keep doing that for more documentaries, not just Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. This is one of my favorites, so it was only right I did this one. But let me know what other ones y'all want me to react to, man. But let's get into this one. We got Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, a courtship of rivals basketball, part 4. Let's get it.
But that smile belied the intensity of the clash that awaited.
If I had a glass of water and any of those guys had been on fire, I would have drank the water and watched them.
That's deep right there.
Chokers and sissies. You know, we didn't like that, and they thought less of us. I knew they did.
In 85, we played them 4 times in exhibition season for some reason. I don't know why they scheduled that. By the 4th game, there was an all-out brawl.
They call this one of the greatest rivalries in all of sport, the Celtics, the Lakers. And if that is true, it is the most one-sided rivalry in all of sports. 8 times these two have met for the NBA championship, and 8 times the Celtics have won.
What? I didn't know that. Prior to 1985, this wasn't a rivalry. Let's not get it twisted. This was not a rivalry. There's no way that it can be a rivalry when they've played each other 8 times in the finals, and one team has won all 8 games, all 8 times. Like that's not a rivalry. That's a mismatch. I mean, it's probably a lot of buzz, you know, between the Magic and Larry Bird thing. May be a rivalry, but not the Celtics versus Lakers. Like, the Lakers got some work to do, man. I did not know that they were down. They were 0-8 against the Celtics in the finals. That's crazy.
But in the 85 finals, Magic changed the script.
Okay, Magic.
Over 6 grueling games, he masterfully controlled the pace with all-around brilliance.
He has a triple-double again.
Behind their point guard, the Lakers finally knocked out the Celtics.
Oh, okay, Magic.
The clinching game in the Boston Garden.
3 in 6 years, LA bumps to Boston and wins the world title.
Wow. His first time beating Bird in the NBA?
Magic Johnson. It's a long year last year. Wait for this moment right now.
Magic had evened the score with Bird on the NBA floor. But the significance of their rivalry and their relationship was still just taking hold.
It's just getting started.
I said, "You're crazy. I'm not shooting no commercial with Larry."
So I said, okay, what, we're going to shoot it in L.A.?
I would never went to LA to film it.
Well, where are we going to shoot it?
I never went to LA. They in French Lick.
If you want to shoot a commercial, come to my house.
Anybody that's watching this video that's from the Indiana area, I'm not even gonna say the Midwest because I'm from the Midwest and I've never even heard of this city, but anybody that knows anything about French Lick, is this still the same way it is now that it was back in the day? Because I just watched, if you haven't watched episode 3 of Winning Time, They went into detail of Larry Bird's life. They showed his dad. They showed French Lick. They showed, you know, not the whole city, but they showed him playing basketball versus African American workers. Like they went into detail about French Lick. So let me know, like, does it look the same as this, or has it changed up a little bit? Has it gotten a little better? Yeah, let me know. Let me know in the comments, because French Lick looks like a place that not too many people go. There's about, what, 2,000 people total. So everybody knows everybody, and it's just like this very small town that you don't do much. But let me know if it's been changed up a little bit.
I was like, oh no. One stoplight.
Shout out to Magic for pulling up, though.
I think the plan was, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm trying to get up out of here. My plan was that.
Even after Converse had convinced Magic and Bird to film a sneaker ad together in the summer of '85, a question remained. How would the two hated rivals on the court get along off of it?
I don't know how he's gonna react. I don't know how I'm gonna react. We didn't even shake hands, so how are we gonna do a commercial together?
The ad was to be filmed at the home Bird had built for his mom. It featured a full-length basketball court, the day's first location.
So they say, okay, you're playing one-on-one, and I'm looking at Larry, and he's looking at me like, is this real? Are we playing? Because, you know, this is Magic and Bird.
I could just hear Larry, you know, starting in on, well, you bring it to the basket, and I'm going to send it 30 rows up.
So the guy was like, no, not like that. A fun game. We were both like, oh, okay. Like, like you can see this relief coming over both of our faces.
That brief detente led to the next stage, dialogue.
We sat down next to each other. How was your summer? Oh, it's going good. How was yours? It's going great. He said, man, it's a nice spread you got.
And he's asked me, is this where you play? I said, yeah, I play here if it's not windy. If it's raining or windy, I go to the gym. But this is where I do all my work.
I see that tractor. You work on the tractor? I said, man, I work on this tractor every day. Larry Bird work on the tractor? He said, yeah.
It's just them two walking and talking, and every once in a while they'd stop and one of them would say something, and then they'd start laughing.
Then they said, okay, break. It's lunch break time. I was going to my trailer. He said, no. My mother has prepared lunch for us up at the house.
We went up to the house and we sat down there and we talked, and my mom, my brothers thought the world of him.
His mother was so nice, making sure I had enough to eat. I just saw my mother. It was crazy.
He charmed her. You can see it. But that's Magic. He makes everybody feel welcome and warm, and he's a con man.
He's a con man. I'm weak. All right, I got a question for y'all. This is kind of my analysis, but let me know what y'all think. This is always what Magic wanted. Magic is always that charming guy, you know, wants to be friends, wants to be cool, wants to laugh. This is not typical for Larry Bird. Like, what do y'all think made Larry Bird, like, kind of not grow up, but change his ways a little bit? Like, this was not typical Larry Bird. Like, you would think that Larry Bird, like, okay, we're gonna do this commercial and we're gonna get him out of here. Like, no more than that. And if you hear, like, Larry Bird was the one that was like, no, my mom cooked you dinner, you know, laughing, you know, doing all these different things that I feel like Larry Bird isn't really, you know, used to doing. So why do y'all think Larry Bird changed his ways just for this commercial? Was he just doing it just for the commercial to make the commercial go smooth? Do y'all think he was getting to that part of his career where he was like, I don't have to act like that no more? Like, why do y'all think Larry Bird started, you know, kind of being like Magic, how Magic was, and kind of the way that Larry Bird said that he never would be? Let me know in the comments.
And while Magic charmed Georgia Bird, it was someone else who intrigued her son.
He met Irvin at lunch.
Irvin is a good dude. I like Irvin a lot better than Magic.
I was just so happy to finally be Irvin with him, because Magic was like, I don't know if I want to get to know this guy. But Irvin got a chance to talk about family, how he grew up.
Okay. Makes sense.
We just became two relaxed guys. just talking.
That day was great.
That's love,
Great
man.
day. Beautiful day.
Still, for Bird, ever the competitor, that's all it was. Just one day.
Magic thinks the next year, okay, well now we're great friends, so, after the game, we're going to go out, we're going to have a beer, and Larry's like, no, you're right. I know you better, you're a good guy, but I still don't want anything to do with you.
I'm still Larry
He's
Bird.
a happy-go-lucky guy. If me and him got to be really good friends, go out on the court, he could still play the same game. I couldn't. That's just the way it is.
But when the ad hit the airwaves, for others, the perception changed.
I saw those limousines going through the cornfields, and I said, no. They didn't sell themselves out.
I heard Converse made a pair of Bird shoes for last year's MVP. Yep. But they made a pair of Magic shoes for this year's MVP. Okay, Magic, show me what you got.
Oh, this is really a business thing.
The Bird shoe, the Magic shoe.
And maybe that's where the business thing started to get bigger and began to trump who they both really were.
It polarized the whole idea of
Shout out to Converse.
Lunch Bucket versus Hollywood, white versus black. Just cemented all the differences between them.
Kids weren't wearing black gym shoes because they didn't want to be associated with the Larry Bird camp. You wore your white Converse.
The basketball rivals had morphed into cultural warriors, and race, more than ever, had become an unavoidable part of the conversation.
Go!
But nothing about Bird and Magic had ever been as simple as black and white.
One of the big reasons this rivalry became so emblematic of so many things is because it was an easy dichotomy for people to understand. But it's crazy to simplify it as saying white people like Bird and black people like Magic because 13% of the country is black. It wasn't like 87% of basketball fans preferred the Celtics.
Who's your favorite basketball player? Magic Johnson. Who's your favorite movie star? Eddie Murphy. All you ever talk about is nigga this and nigga that. And all your favorite people are so-called niggas. It's different. Magic, Eddie, Prince are not niggas. I mean, you're not black. I mean, let me explain myself.
Has the N-word ever been used by a white person to describe Irvin? I doubt it.
But as Magic enjoyed his image as a crossover star, it was Bird, the one-time great white hope, who had further emerged as the polarizing racial figure, due in part to that era's increasingly conservative political climate.
The rolling back institutionally of the achievements of the civil rights movement were going on apace from about 1975 on. But the triumph of the movement that rolled back took place in the 1980s. And I think there was people who were very aware in the black community of what was going on. And I think there was a lot of sublimated frustration. And I think one of the ways it got sublimated was into basketball. And I think Larry, through no fault of his own, was the receptacle within which the lingering resentments somehow floated.
And after Bird led the Celtics to the championship in 1986, his third in the pros, winning his third straight MVP award in the process,
third straight MVP.
Resentment grew.
I always felt that the press was biased in favor of Larry Bird. It always felt to me like they were going to make Larry the hero. You know, you'd see somebody score, and Larry would be in a cast and a suit on the bench, and they'd say, Larry Bird made that possible a couple weeks ago when he told that guy he could do it, and he just did it. They gonna get his motherfucker the assistant. He not in the game.
Not to be racist, but we have a white guy who's the best in the world. It's predominantly a black sport.
He said not to be
you got
racist.
a guy like Larry Bird who can't run, who can't jump, but can do everything out there.
That don't mean nothing to me. It don't mean anything to me. It never has. I don't know why. I mean, am I doing something wrong here?
Bird may have sought to avoid the conversation entirely, but the more he won, the less he could escape it.
Iconic right there.
In 1987, after Boston beat the Detroit Pistons to advance to the finals for the fourth straight year, Pistons rookie Dennis Rodman called Bird overrated because he was white. His teammate Isaiah Thomas then chimed in with some thoughts of his own.
I can remember in the locker room, I think it was Jack McMullen came up to me and said, Isaiah just said, boom, 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 boom. And I go, so?
He didn't care. He didn't care. Everybody else around him cared very deeply in the days and weeks, as it turned out, ahead.
I mean, the media made it out like it was something, but it didn't matter to me what Isaiah or Dennis Rodman said, and it still don't. It has no bearing what I do in my life.
I love Larry Bird, man. I felt that. Like, that really resonated with me a lot because it's been so many times in my life where someone will say something or I'll hear something and like, I feel like people will be expecting a response out of me, but I just don't care. I don't care. The same way Larry Bird was just saying, like, it doesn't, like, I don't care what he say, she say. Like, why does that matter to me? Like, I'm comfortable enough with myself. I'm comfortable enough with what I got going on. I could care less what anybody has to say about me, what anybody has to say. Now, if you're talking about my family, you're talking about, you know, something like that, that's a different story. Like, that's completely different. But just talking about me and what I got going on and anything negative, I just don't care. I just don't care. And I feel like everybody that's watching this should feel the same way. I know it's hard. I mean, it sounds easy. I'm sure it's not, but just don't care.
Doesn't see race. He really doesn't. And he could have. This guy grew up poor, white, in southern Indiana. Southern Indiana, the home, by the way, of the modern Ku Klux Klan.
Wow.
How he
I didn't know that.
managed not to be affected by the cultural milieu that he grew up in is, I think, a miracle. To me, it's inexplicable.
When I was in about 6th or 7th grade, I couldn't wait till school to be over because I knew over on the courts, the waiters in the hotel would be over there, black, older, and they let me play. You know, I always looked at that as I got an opportunity to play against a black man, and they treated me good. I couldn't wait to play against the best, and at that time, they were the best.
And in 1987, as Bird vied with Magic to be the best, the flap over Isaiah Thomas's racially fueled remarks forced Bird to address his least favorite topic at the worst possible time.
I had to go to a press conference when I was in LA trying to get ready to play the Lakers and tell people I didn't care, this don't bother me.
The main thing is if the statements or whatever was said doesn't bother me, I don't think it should bother any of us.
From playing all year trying to get back to the finals and play against Magic, this was a distraction.
Bird was facing off against Magic for the third time in 4 years, and if their relationship had softened, the determination to beat each other had not. As Game 4 proved, the level of competition between them was higher than ever.
Game 4.
Bird played awesome down the stretch of that game.
Trailing 2-1 in the series, the Celtics were down by 1 point in the final minute of the game. But Larry Bird wouldn't be easily vanquished.
Open his hands. Bird goes.
How do you leave Larry Bird wide open in the finals? In the fourth quarter.
With 7 seconds left, though, the Lakers still had life. 3 years earlier in the '84 finals, Magic had flubbed a similar situation. But this was a different Magic, one with a whole new bag of tricks.
My man switched to Kareem, and Kevin McHale jumped out to me. As soon as I saw Kevin, I said, oh, I'm taking it.
Hezzy.
You know, Magic puts it on the floor, a couple head and shoulder fakes, and he raised up in the air. And there was nobody
With the
that
Kareem?
was going to get that shot.
With the Kareem? That's tough. That's tough. That's not an easy shot, y'all.
After they called timeout, thinking there's still a shot here. Celtics may still win this game.
Well, they set up a great play. Bird walked Worthy all the way up, forced the denial all the way up.
We've done it before. Clear everybody out, go to the ball, break to the corner.
He caught it here, and as he caught it, all he had to do was turn. And just turn, and he just let this thing go.
Bird fires it.
Got a wide open look, couldn't believe it.
And I'm standing right there. It is straight as an arrow.
Dead on.
The Lakers have won.
We're lucky.
And that's where we gonna end this video at part 4. I appreciate y'all watching. That was a lot. That was very suspenseful for the people that didn't know what happened. A lot of y'all that's watching already knew what happened, but it's still crazy, man. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Like I said, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel so y'all can see part 5. Part Donovan McNabb. Part who was another number 5? Jeff Garcia. I don't know why, I just know a lot of old football player numbers. But yeah, part 5 will be on the way soon. I appreciate y'all for watching this one. Make sure y'all like this video if y'all like this video, and go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know how y'all felt about part 4. But I appreciate y'all like always. We out.